Okay, thank you. So maybe I can share my screen with your drawing so I can also point some areas. Okay. Okay, so for the general master plan, I think, first of all, let me close this if I can. No. Sorry. Okay. Okay, perfect. So first of all, the frame that you have chosen, I think it is necessary to enlarge a little bit the frame on the two sides in order to have the rivers, which are the boundary of your project. So to have them at least almost completed. Okay. So just to enlarge a little bit. And for so on the two sides, left and right, then probably you can maybe cut a little bit in the northern part in order not to have this stop. So, or you enlarge a little bit this corridor, or you cut in. But it's not nice to have these things ended like this. So I think it is necessary to arrive until the end of the frame, or to find a place in which to start with your system. But I think you can just enlarge a little bit this line and reaching the end of your frame. That can be maybe cut here more or less. No?
Yes, I will cut from the this point, just another point.
Okay. So considering your the general master plan, I think it works. So in the general master plan, what has to be here are some guidelines. I think in general you need to have a clear guideline together with the master plan, because otherwise it's not easy to understand the reason why you choose some action. So for instance, I would say that in your project there are probably three main components. One is the ecological corridor along the river, so this blue and green system at a regional scale, and you have this. So you have the two main on the side, which are also the boundary of your project, and then you have other small green and blue system that intersect your east and west system. So this is the first one. Then you have the infrastructural system, which actually is your point of depart of the project. So also during the studio, I think you have to carefully use the analysis to arrive to this linear system, east and west, and to make it clear why for you this system is important and how you work along this system in order to regenerate the territory more in general. So probably, if I remember correctly, during the studio you have this idea of shifting from a barrier
to link.
Exactly. So I think that through your analysis you have to make it clear that this for you is probably a barrier in the sense of the ecological connection, because actually for the mobility is a connection. But yeah, if we consider the ecological system that is north-south, this transversal road can be, and also the railway can be, two infrastructural barriers. So this is important that the analysis has to make clear that, let's say, from a mobility point of view, you have this connection that is also quite new. This street, has been realized recently. From an ecological point of view, your system is north-south, so this infrastructure can create some fracture and some barrier. Okay, so you have the treatment of infrastructure, what to do along the railway, what to do along the highway. And then you have a new kind of mobility, which is a slow mobility. And also, I think it's important to use your analysis and interpretation in order to make clear why you work on this three topic. So the ecological system, north-south, with a corridor, the infrastructural system in order to probably minimize the ecological impact of this system, and the slow mobility one, because you also said that at a local level it's possible to move around by bike, etc. Okay? So these are your three systems. For these three systems, you have to define at this level some guideline. Okay. So, and in the master plan now what is very, very visible are, of course, the ecological corridor, and it's correct. The railway is very visible, whereas the highway system is not so visible. So maybe you can work a little bit more to make this line clear. Also because here there is a very complicated intersection of highway, motorway, etc. So I think you have to make it clear this east-west connection, which now is not so clear.
I will use a dark color to change the white.
Okay. And the definition of some guidelines. So what is your intervention along the railway? What is your intervention along the highway? What is your this general idea along waterways like the wetland, etc. Of course, this guideline can vary. For instance, along the highway, I think you maybe along the railway can be more homogeneous, probably, while along the highway I think it is necessary to have different approach. So for instance, when you intersect industrial areas, you can have a kind of approach which probably is not to make a fence. So I think you have to guarantee the visibility of this industrial area, but maybe you can work like here, for instance. I think here these 3 rows have to be probably you don't need these 3 rows here, but maybe it's better to work entering inside the industrial area. So it's important to, but also here what you need, it's not enough to have a master plan, you need also section. Because if I remember well, here, for instance, the industrial area is not at the same level of the motorway.
Yes, it's different level.
Okay. So, guide.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. Just now the network is broke one moment.
Okay. No, I was saying, together with this master plan, you need guidelines, and you can make them in the form of small axonometry. and some section in order to probably let's say territorial section in order to make it clear that this linear system has different organizations. So here, for instance, you have railway and the highway, which are combined, and on the one side you have residential area, on the other you have industrial. Here you have the industrial in between the two infrastructure, and also other different situation in other part.
For colonial part, my teammate joined the proposed section. I show you, and for guideline before we join some, we send on our.
But I remember that you already had it at them, but now it's also time to put the things together because we need to see
make a
if
panel.
everything,
Okay.
everything works and everything is coherent. But because also these guidelines help you in the project.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, guideline and section at this scale. Second, what is important is also to understand what are your intervention and what is existing. Because now it's not so easy to understand. If now it's difficult for a person that doesn't know your project to understand if, for instance, you are connecting existing green spaces, so just connecting them, or if you are changing these spaces. Okay, so with, I don't know, maybe you can use different gradation of green, color, or other kinds of solution in order to make it clear where is your intervention and which are the existing elements that you put in connection with your project. On this regard, I suggest you to highlight also the public buildings, so schools, hospital, and other buildings, church, etc. So not all the public buildings, but the buildings that for you are important and that are part of your system.
Okay. So for master plan, we still have to show the public service buildings.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I think what is not very clear at this point, so for probably industrial area has to be a little bit reconsidered. Also because here I cannot understand what your intervention is compare. So probably you propose to put 3 rows along the street.
Yes.
But you have what I did when I make the sketches that I sent you is to look carefully at Google. So what are present conditions? What are resources? What are opportunities? But also, what are the constraints that you cannot that limit your intervention? Okay, so you can, of course, propose some action along the street because streets are public, but it's more difficult to propose something inside the industrial area. So here, for instance, I don't know these spaces, what are there? These spaces in which you put trees.
I didn't organize the type of the trees. But we think this should be some kind solve the carbon dioxide trees.
Okay, but apart from this, you have to it's simple. First of all, here you already have a green area, and you already have this panel, so it's not necessary to make any intervention. Maybe you can have a higher forestation, okay, but in general you already have something. What you miss, for instance, here there is a parking lot which is private, however. You can propose to have some trees also within the parking lot, but you have to be aware of the fact that it's private. Also, this street actually seems private in the sense that probably this is a big industry. So you have to consider carefully the existing situation. Also here you have this water system that continue actually here. Okay. So really work on Google. You have to work on Google
Yes,
to understand.
I see on Google Map the water just end at this point. Yes.
And also the kind of representation. For instance, here you have a large area of respect along the highway. Okay. So also the way in representing things. If you want to put forestation here, represent them more as a kind of urban forest instead than tree rows. Okay, here it seems more tree rows, but in the master plan in particular, you have to emphasize, you have to make this distinction. Where you create forest, and forest must have not to be represented like this, okay?
Okay. Oh, okay.
So, this very rigid and organized structure can be used for parking area, but not for forest. In the forest, you have to emphasize the concentration of trees.
Okay. I understand.
So you can have tree rows, a linear system, a dense forestation, and parking lots. Okay, and it is necessary to make these three things different. Okay.
Okay.
So I think that industrial area has need a better observation and some guidelines for industrial area. So what is your proposal for the industrial area? You need some general guidelines. Because otherwise you need to go in detail every time. Okay, so it's better to have general guidelines that you can apply in the different situation. Okay, also for this wetland situation, the parks, also for the solar panel. Also the solar panel, I think, first of all, we can propose agrivoltaic instead of solar panel in order to combine the use of agricultural space and energy. And then you have to define a clear strategy. So where you put this solar panel, along the railway, in between areas. For instance, here is along the railway, in an area that is in between infrastructure, industry, etc. So it can work. Here, you used a different logic because, it is along the railway in this part, but it's not along the motorway.
Oh yes,
So
because
why you have decided to put here?
Oh, because now here is for agriculture, and we take some parts to be a solar panel. So I think maybe we have to retain some for planting. So we set the one part as still agricultural area.
Yeah, but maybe instead of having this super block of solar panel, also here, maybe you can have some linear system, linear configuration, so along the railway, maybe along the motorway, also here, where it was here, in this area, in which you already have industrial religion. Here maybe you can have some, it's not solar panel, it is agrovoltaic, so it's a kind of combination, okay? So, but also for this you need some guidelines, so where to put this energy infrastructure, how to design them, so they are a combination of agriculture and photovoltaic, okay?
Okay.
So in this way, if you have a guideline, then you can put them in a more coherent way within your system.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So maybe, for instance, I don't know, maybe you can put also agrivoltaic here because you have an idea, a clear idea that is along the railway in this, when I have some condition, I can put, like, for instance, I don't know, maybe you can consider, say, along the railway, if I have a small plot of agricultural land, I can turn this plot into agrovoltaic, maybe. And so you can put them in a different situation. Okay, what is not clear, apart from the, so I think it's necessary to have precise guideline for industrial area, agrovoltaic, and also what is not clear now is the primary bicycle system. Because here it's clear that you have this bicycle system that enter inside urban area, so also to better explain why you have decided to put your system here, probably it is necessary to highlight some public service and public building. Then maybe instead of creating this big agricultural park here, probably you can have a more linear configuration along your system. So if along your bicycle path you can have a kind of agricultural park, or maybe it's not necessary, I don't know. Because consider that these villages are really small, so I don't think it is necessary to have these big parks. You already have, this one is existing,
Yes,
no?
existing. Here is a playground, existing playground.
Okay, so you have some existing areas, so maybe, yeah, I don't think, it depends also what you mean with agricultural park. And why, also here, be careful why you represent agricultural area in this way, with this shape. Just represent agricultural area as they are now, because here you don't propose any intervention.
Oh yes, because here I think it could keep the agriculture is does.
No, here I mean.
Yes, I know. I mean here I can keep the existing situation. I don't have to make more action for this area.
Okay, so don't represent agricultural area in this way, but just keep the existing field.
Yes.
Okay. While here, I don't know, maybe because you have these existing two parks, maybe you can consider just having one bigger park
Oh,
in the southern position, but not in the
in the
upper
north.
part.
Oh,
Or you can just say that yes, you have this agricultural park, but actually is something more, it's a way to protect agricultural area, not to have urban expansion maybe.
oh,
But it's not really a big intervention.
I agree with this point.
Okay. Okay, so here it's clear your system. Now your system goes in between, inside the urban area, and inside these wetland, etc.
Yes.
Then, what is not clear, because probably you also have to,
Yes, they have two trunks.
yeah, they have to track. This is existing, if I remember, no?
Yes, it's existing.
And you propose another one. So maybe also this, it is necessary to have a clear hierarchy. So which is the primary system? So your primary system can be, of course, the
Near the city.
east and west, but also along some corridor, like along your main corridor, here along this river, and along the other river, of course, you have a primary system. Okay, and then you have this transversal system that connects the two primary. Okay, so you have one primary system here that probably is existing, one primary system that is existing, and then you are proposing a connection between the two. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to emphasize your connection, which has to be one. It's one connection, and eventually you can have other branches. So if for you the important one is this,
yes,
then okay, this one I imagine. The other one has to be represented in a thicker way. So it's a branch, but the most important one for you is this one. Okay?
Okay.
The same in Casalpusterlengo. I don't think it is a good solution to turn your your road, let's say, in this way. Okay, but I think it's better to enter inside the city in the part in which you have more public service. So, or the city center, or the area with the schools. You can decide, but I think it's better to go on maybe along this street, I don't know where. Okay.
Okay.
And intersect the urban core of Casalpusterlengo. So this is your primary. Then you have another one that is the one along the green corridor. The two primary systems that intersect. And some secondary branches. Okay.
Okay.
And the same also in Codogno. In Codogno, I don't think probably it's better to put your primary system here. So in between the urban area and your agricultural park. Here.
Okay.
Not so far, because here is quite far from the city.
It
So I
could
think
be a small
it's
trunk.
better to it's better to maybe so we have here the one in Casalpusterlengo, but exactly you can use this system because you already have an underpass.
Yes, here is existing underpass.
Okay, then you can probably enter using this blue corridor and stay here along the urban area. Yeah. Okay. So, but also for this cycle path, you need some guidelines. So where to put this cycle path, which are the rules that guide your choice. So first of all, it's important to intersect urban area. It's important to connect public spaces and public service. For instance, it's important to stay, for instance, sometimes you are, for instance, here you have decided to be separate from the main infrastructural area, no? So you are far from the highway, the motorway, let's say, no? Here.
Yes.
Okay, and this is the case. Then here you put your system close to the highway. So also this, I'm not sure, because here you don't have urbanization. So you can say, when I don't have urbanization, I stay close to the highway because it's faster. Okay. Okay, you can make this. Then here, why you put the cycle path here and not along, and why you don't continue along the street?
Because the point have the existing underpass.
Yes. This one is an existing underpass. Okay. So then probably here you can stay along the street in the urban area. Here is the same as before, so you don't have urbanization, so you go fast. You go fast, and then you enter inside. Even if here in Codogno is a little bit different, because you are not inside, but you are on the border of the area. So also this, I think that you need a guideline or section to represent these different situations. So the urban path inside urban area, bicycle path inside urban area. Bicycle path in rural situation, like here, no, for instance. Bicycle path along the motorway. And bicycle path on the border. So these are your 4 situations. Okay. So you need to represent this situation, or with an axonometry, or with a section. You can decide, but it's important. So for every, for your free system, blue corridor, green and blue corridor, infrastructure and bicycle path is important together in the same panel of the master plan to represent the different situation that you have in your region, in your territory. Okay. Then moving to your Okay, I think here more or less it's the same. Of course, here you have
to
you
make
need
the
a more
primary,
detailed, a more detailed representation of the master plan. But what is important is also to define what is existing and what you are adding and proposing. So, for instance, here, if I remember, there is a kind of abandoned industrial area. So maybe you can work more in this context, in context of transformation. Because or maybe you can, and another thing are parking lots. Okay. So here what is important is to make clear what is existing and it works. Okay, parking, parks, pocket park, etc. They are existing. They don't need any intervention.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And actually, your project is about creating a continuous system of public green spaces. Okay? So in this focus, you have to make it clear what you add, what is existing, and what you add in order to make this continuous system.
Okay.
So there are areas in which the transformation is more relevant, for instance, abandoned area or parking lots, etc. And there are areas in which you just pass by without any intervention.
Okay. But for parking lot, we use the paving materials, so that's not intervention?
Yes, parking lot are intervention.
Existing parking lot are intervention, and existing pocket parks, we don't have any interventions.
Exactly.
And
yes.
Okay. So
of course, in the existing parking lot, you can have some detailing, of course, but you have to keep the parking lot.
Okay.
You cannot remove parking lot of the cemetery, parking lot of commercial area.
Okay.
You can have some detailing, you can add some trees, but the main function has to be parking.
Got it.
Okay.
So for this part, here is a small pond, and we combine the playground of school and the existing part. So here is our new intervention. So
okay.
Yes. So can we join on the master plan or just keep the existing situation?
If you do something, you have to draw it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Then the other one is Podogno.
Yes. The second one. Yes.
Okay. First of all, I remember you that, as I said last time, that you need a coherent kind of representation. So even if you are working separate, you need to represent things in the same way.
Yes, we will check.
Okay. So here what we said before is to move this bicycle path here. And generally speaking, first of all, try to avoid these numbers. Okay, because it makes more confused the representation. So it's not necessary to